Nice fall morning here in northern Utah. This is Terry, and didn't really care for the first introduction video I did, so here's more of a proper introduction to my little space. Alright. Everybody said you'd like to see my projects and what I get going. We do a little bit of everything around here. I've got some old trucks I'm working on. Like this one right here. It's my old 85. I built this one on a budget about 6 years ago and blew out the transfer case. So we started rebuilding it. It's started life as a W250. I've put some 1-ton suspension underneath it with the dually rear end. Made it a manual transmission instead of the automatic. And I took the old tired 318 LA out and put this Magnum 360 in it that's been converted over to a carburetor. I haven't had a lot of time to work on it lately. I'm gonna hopefully get back on this one soon. We got that old truck and that old Ram Charger. We'll get into those ones later. And then the one we're working on now is this old 1954 ton-and-a-half Dodge. Got to put this flatbed on it properly yet. We've got some work to do on the interior. Oh, door ain't gonna open today. We'll look at the other side. Been working on the motor. It's a good old flathead V6. Got to rebuild the carburetor. A friend of mine's gonna help me with that. I've been putting an alternator in it, kind of redoing the wiring, making it a 12-volt negative ground system. Bones of this old truck are real good. Try not to change it up too much. Got to fix the door handles. Look at the interior later. Alright, and as you can see in my little yard, I got a lot of stuff going on. I've only been in here for about a year. Been working on putting everything away as best I can. Got that old little shed I built this last summer all out of pallet wood. And then I got that gray shed right there that I've built from a old tent shed and tin shed. And then we've kind of come over, now use more of that tin, a bunch more of that pallet wood to side this up. And this is my little metal working shop that I'm kind of getting this all put together. Still a few more things to do. There's one of the projects I've been working on. It's an old power hacksaw. Don't know the date of it, but the motor dates back to 1946. We'll be visiting that. This is a little hodgepodge mess where I've been putting all my nuts and bolts. A little cabinet I built to put the air compressor in. That needs a little work. We'll get into that one. And then you come on into the main part of my little shop. It's a little bit of a mess. I've been trying to get a few things going around here. Where a lot of the project is going to happen this winter. I got all this mess to clean up. This is stuff that's been just doesn't have a place to go yet. But we got just a little, we got this big bench right here that's done me good over the years, but I think it's time for it to go. It doesn't quite fit in for what I want. I'm going to take it apart and use it to build me a new bench with a downdraft table in it. It's kind of what I'm working on right now. Show you a little bit of that. We'll come back up over to here. This is the bench that was been there the whole time. And I brought this around and built this addition to it. I've got some drawers I want to put in there. I'll show you that little project. The other thing I like to work on is I got some old tools. That one I picked up a few years ago, started working on it and ended up putting it in storage. So we got to finish it. Here's one that's mostly done. A friend of mine was clearing out a storage unit and gave me this, and I pulled it in. Had to go completely through the motor, get her working right. The only thing I haven't got done on it yet is over here. I've got to make a proper little cover and build me a depth stop to go there. But I think this is a little bit better of an introduction video. Didn't really care for what I was doing, so we'll start over. Alright, another beautiful morning here. Went over to my stash spot, grabbed a couple things for the dust collector. Got some pipes and stuff to start out something. I'll have to make another one of those. That's the shut-off valve, for lack of a better term. And then went over to a friend of mine, and he hooked me up with a couple things. We got a new air hose for the shop. And more importantly, we got a torch. Oops. Really been needing one of these. There's our now we'll take a little bit of time to make this work for me. So here's what we got. Of course, the tanks. We got a nice set of Craftsman gauges and the cutting head. I do have some other welding heads for this. We got this nice cart. But for what I need, I think that base is a little bit wide and there's no way to hold the tanks on. So that's what I'll be working on this morning, and I'll try and bring you along as I go. Don't think that came out too bad. It'll hold the tanks right nicely. Now just figure out how to hold the hoses right there. Okay, we got 12 inches space. So sink. Guys, about an inch. Yeah, we'll call it 2. Close enough. So we need 2 down the middle. That's 10, so let's do 5 inches. Let's bend it out 2 inches. And then you get the 2 inches for that. That would work. Okay, so I'm coming out 2 inches. I'm going to come over 5. Okay, we're going to set up the torch. It ain't got no gas in it. The light came out to make sure I didn't blow myself up yet. Whoops, the GoPro camera took a shit on me. Guess it's one of the limitations I'm going to have to learn. This didn't turn out too bad. Not quite the way I planned it, but it'll work real good. It'll do us some good for some upcoming projects. Oh, in the shop, I did get a floor put down on that base. I got the dust collector all set up. Oh, this video is getting a little bit long, so I think we're just going to call it quits here. Thanks for watching, guys.